Yo, 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 yo! There is the Mapu, and there is the stream that was announced for today. Clean the mouse a little bit. It's not in good shape. I'll probably buy a new one very soon. And tonight we will do some games. Yes, indeed. Let me think. What do we have open here? Not really up for a PvP, to be honest. Yo, don't want to see the TVT. What's this? This one. Yeah, why not? I'm not sure. Why not? Let's do Lampo against Euthermal. Maybe. Actually, let's check the other groups. Yumi Mana. And SS. Oh, that's a lot of. Ryang Mana, I don't think we've seen those. That's also a good one, probably. Seen Ryang Serral, Ryang SOS. Serral SOS. Ryang SOS as well. I think we could also show Mana versus Serral. If I have it. Yeah, there it is. A couple Mana games, a couple. Let's do that. Let's just do a couple of best of threes here for now. Oh wow, that starts fast. Don't think we've watched this game. Let me quickly double check, okay? And then we can start. Oops, this is the one. Shutdown trigger, clam. Serral Ryang, Serral SS, Ryang SS, laser and clam laser. Nope, haven't done any of this. No Mana games yet, so yeah, Mana and Ryang. Gonna be some nice stuff here. So let's hop into the game. Got the voice on, we've got the sound on, we've got the game on. In the bottom right of 10,000 feet, it is Vitality's Ryang. In the top left, we've got Team Liquid's Mana. And both players are here to play the game. No, they're of course here to win, so let's see what they'll bring to the table. Mana usually a very aggressive player, Ryang a very brainy player. If I had to put a label on his worst matchup, it might be this one actually, but technical builds definitely are his bread and butter, so he might have a surprise or two in store for us. And honestly, Mana, you never know who you're gonna get. Are you gonna get the round of 64 Mana? Or are you gonna get the finals, the grand finals Mana? You just don't know until he starts the game. Definitely need to keep an eye on his performance and how things are gonna develop for him here very soon in this early game and this mid game, for yeah, especially that's gonna be where we'll see if he's on point or not. And the Mana on point definitely is a scary opponent here. A very talented individual, is very strong in other RTS games as well. I think he used to play Warcraft 3 as a professional first. Not exactly sure. He was very young at that time still, so also when he came into StarCraft 2, he was quite one of the younger players. Not the youngest, but one of the younger players. And he already had a history with esports at that time, so yeah. Polish player, very well known of course, has been in the scene for ages at this point. Stargate on the way here. So Mana is gonna play the standard opening for now, the 1 gate. Wait, sorry, it's the wrong matchup, what am I talking about? He's going into Stargate, hey, that's kind of crazy, right? I was like PvZ mode, for example, for some reason. And so both players are playing against Zerg right now. We see a 3 racks opening here. From Ryang, he hasn't placed down that factory yet, so it's gonna be a very fast Oops. Command center. I wanted to click on the command center and I clicked on the minimap. That's a professional observer view. He's actually not making that factory. He's going into a second barracks immediately. So this should be ending up a 3 racks. We're gonna see a 3rd racks. Most likely very soon here. He's only operating on 1 gas for now. He has his marines forward kind of to intercept the scouting probe or an adept. But we see a Stork and an Oracle actually come in. So both players very interesting here. Very off-brand, off-meta build choices. The 3 racks we sometimes see very fast 3rd command center. It's not too uncommon. It's a very powerful build actually in TvP. And honestly, I don't like how this matches up against the Stargate with an Oracle. I guess it's fine if you go into the Colossus afterwards. So he sees the Oracle, but also the Marine was scouted. It's like a little bit weird. Why do you have a single Marine out there? Huh, oh, there's a 3rd CC. A what? And another barracks? Oh, I see what you're doing. There's no factories there. If you could get the mule, that would be nice, but he's gonna go for the SCV, the permanent damage. Second gate gonna finish up, he's gonna finish that robo and he will place down his 3rd Nexus also in a moment, but Ryang already with a little bit of a lead there on the timing. He will very soon explode his SCV count as all of these commanders are now pumping out SCVs non-stop and he will be very fast to overtake the Protoss here in worker count. There's the robo support bay on the way. And things are starting to come together here for Mana. He's overcharging the Oracle. He wants to get some tags going in case if Ryang decides to move out. Ryang actually being a little bit supply blocked here. Very tiny one though, already fixed with a supply depot finishing up. He's throwing down more and more supply depots here. Macro is looking decent. Finally adding on that factory, so this build currently has no tanks, but there's no blink, so it's fine. This build also has no medivacs. That might be an issue, but honestly there's not a big gateway gateway force here to power through for Mana, so he only has that Oracle really. And he has a couple of Phoenix, I want to say. No, he only made 1 to counteract drops. That's the anti-drop and anti-Widowmine one. He's gonna go in with the Oracle again. He kills a mule, which is nice. He kills a few. He actually killed so many things, man. It's kind of crazy. There should be so many Marines, but he actually doesn't have them in place. And man, this one Oracle at 13 kills already gets another Marine. Ryang completely underestimating the power of the Oracle. I'm not sure he wanted to push out, but what a timing for Ryang. Just finishing off all of these units. Killing 6 more additional workers. 14 kill Oracle. When is the last time you've seen one of those in a PvT? Very rare indeed. Now the Stim force is over the map. We do have combat shields, we do have Stim. He's pulling back, he sees 2 Colossi. And that's a fake Colossi. He should have seen that because that one shot. Oh, now he scans, he knows. Oh, it's a fakey one. But he does not go and push into that area. I'm not sure if I like this choice. There's an observer, he should kind of anticipate that there is something. And he's only rotating a few Marines now. What is this movement here? Is it tactical brilliance or is it just a little bit of an unfortunate moment? So he stims in the Marauders, he's like, yeah man, look at me. And then he runs in with the Marines, he hits the Colossi reinforcement and all of the Marines do get killed off before they even can shoot 1 shot. I guess 2 make it into the base. The probes are gonna come, the probes are gonna drill. No. Does he even kill 1 probe? No. That was just a waste of Marines there. Very unfortunate. Should have anticipated that there is most likely going to be an observer around after he saw the robo units there, so nice to throw down a scan on that area where he wants to push through. Oh, double starport, super fast as a follow-up here. So he immediately goes into mass Viking productions. We only see 2 medivacs. Wow, just a tiny bit of healing. The 3rd base is taken, it's been saturated. We're gonna see a few depots to soak some zealot charges if they come in. A couple more barracks here. Get it online. 3 barracks and 2 starport already here, not even the 8 racks. Very interesting approach, very technical build here again from Ryang. Exactly anti-Colossi. He could chase down that Oracle now with the Vikings. But he needs to defend this push first. Now there's a second Phoenix. And he is still lacking the Vikings, but the Vikings, man, they're reinforcing so fast. He has 4 already of them. 5 SCVs do go down. The Oracle is still kind of bugging me down there in that corner. Kind of want to see this move in and hit the worker line at the same time here as this pressure is going on. Oh, he misses the observer again with the scan. This is a very well placed observer here for mana. He sees the medevac being loaded up. Oracle comes in, throws down a stasis trap to deny that base. Did he see it though? He only places a pylon. He doesn't move any units in that direction, and he doesn't have blink, so with no blink, drop defense is gonna be difficult if you don't use the Phoenix, which you might have already lost. Yeah, they did die to the Vikings indeed. Now coming in with a drop, if he can kill this pylon, or like kill these warpins. Remember, units warping in don't have armor. They do not have any armor values. So, oh, he actually forces a recall and runs back. Zealots trying to come in here, but are getting caught by that army. Now Ryang needs to start to think about his 4th base here. He's going into the extra bio upgrades, he's going into Ghost, so the technical transition is looking good, but he has the money, he needs to throw down a command center very soon. The 4th base is already up in mining here for our Protoss player. And he's going into a 5th now, so yeah. Oh my god, he almost ran into the sister. But he gets the Oracle, which is very nice. At least he kind of makes that happen for himself. And we do see Storm here on the way. The first High Templar is already coming in. There it is. It's not overcharged right now. But that can always change. There's a lot of Nexus here. This one's fully stacked. He definitely needs to use them energies. Needs to use them energies. Warp Prism here setting up for harassment into the main, but there's a factory to scout. There's 3 turrets to kill the Prism off, to fan it off, to fight it, to shoot at it. And I'm still missing that 4th command center Ryang. There it is. But it feels like the tempo is very much delayed on this one. I want to see a 5th base being thrown down with this immediately as well, honestly. Ryang is just strengthening up his defenses. He shot his own Viking there for a moment. And the Warp Prism doesn't make it in. You kind of need like 1 more turret. So, oh my god, he has so many turrets. This is 6 turrets, 7 turrets on this area. And Ryang, man, that's a lot of money. It will help him though. I guess completely defend against Warp Prisms from that angle, but we will see Warp Prism speed. That's when you need a 2nd ring of turrets to kill the Prism if it comes in. Couple of supply depots to fall, red supply indeed, and that base was cancelled, remember, it wasn't placed in the main base, so he needs to remake that one. Has it right now here over on this side. But another delay on the command center, so look at the saturation here, already over 22 SCVs on that one base. Storm coming in here. Ryang is now reinforcing with a few Marines here. Kind of anticipating this move to come in, but like this is not mine out, so I'm not sure. Is he gonna try to come from this angle? There's a command center, there's another command center, and there's a bunker. There's also the Viking coming in. It's he sees the Zealot. Okay, no Viking. No. Yep. Okay. You were supposed to scout, not to shoot at the moment. Supposed to run away when you see the Stalkers because you don't have that health. Looks like one of your games, yeah. I like to make a lot of turrets too. That delays a lot of the transition, a lot of the command centers he could have been made. But he has the Ghost, he's relying on the Ghost, he's relying on the EMPs. He does have a force here to the right as well. And with that, oh my god, the Colossus are shooting here. Fighting going on everywhere, one more High Templar kind of just storming into nothingness here. A bunker being filled up. Only Marauders against a Zealot force are not going to be the strongest. But so far, so good. Mana is keeping Ryang off. Like, he's keeping it on 3 bases. There's no possibility for Ryang right now to take that 4th. unless he gets a good fight, which he just did right here. And yeah, there's no more High Templar, so man, those Colossus are gonna die very fast to the Vikings here. Unfortunately, the Vikings not being microed perfectly here. Walk a little bit into a derpy direction to the south. Didn't shoot all of them at the end, so he misses out on one extra Colossus he could have killed there. Mana is transitioning. Fleet Bacon, Stargate, he's baking some fleets. He's baking some Tempests now. A second Stargate on the way. Is a little bit slow, and he definitely needs to start his 3-3, even though he doesn't have the gas really. Where is he? Is he not mining the gas? Hasn't been mining? No, he's mining from the gases. He needs to get these gases saturated, bro. Come on, you got so much minerals. So yeah, he definitely needs a gas guy, and is finally gonna start that 3-3. Also another Stargate, so 3 Stargates here for him. He did finish the fleet weapons, so he needs to get that weapon rank 2 going. He's trying to do some attacks, but this is just such a nicely defended area here for Ryang. He needs to get on that command center again, and there we go. Luckily, Mana did remind him to keep on building that one. And yeah, I'm not sure. That's the next step here for Ryang. He's going into +3 ship weapons and Liberator range, which is nice, but honestly, it's just not enough if you're already facing Tempest. Which he doesn't know, by the way. I don't think he has seen this. No, not at all. The last time he was in the main or has seen anything from the main, now he sees the Tempest, I guess. This is so many Colossi. Oh my god, how many Colossi did he make? 7 Colossi? Are you effing real? Is this something that you're supposed to do? I guess the biocomposition is not really working out. Those 20 minutes are utterly useless. He needs like 10 more Vikings to combat this army. Oh my god, this command center is so dead. Did he lose one? No, I think it's this one. So he's repairing it at least, but he needs to finish off this army. Look at that AoE. Oh, Mo! Damn! Damn! Oh, brother! Oh! God! Look at that AoE. He's immediately throwing down 2 additional starports here to panic produce more and more Vikings. So many Colossi. How did he make those is your question. Well, he made them out of 2 robos. He just stacked them at home, and now Ryang has to deal with this SVS. Man, this also is part of one of my games, you know, when you're fighting against 7 Colossi. It's an absurd number of Colossi, but it will fall because there's no support now, and everything is dying here. A few Stalkers do remain, but the Vikings can land now. The Zealots charging in at the perfect moment, though, to reinforce here. Luckily for Mana, but still enough bio is gonna be there to fend off the Zealots. And that was a costly attack for Mana. Let's have a look at the total trading. We're looking at a 3k difference here. It was still okay, I want to say. You want it to be a little bit more efficient here as Ryang, and Ryang needs those extra base. Look at that. That's 300 minerals left over here, and that's 300 minerals left over here. That's about it. He's mining 1 on gas. Yes, kind of funny. 1 on gas, 1 on gas. He is actually mining a lot, like, he's missing out a lot gas mining, but he doesn't really need that much gas, I guess. He needs to save the space to get the repair going. He's repairing, can he save it? Oh no, the planetary is gonna fall. And the issue is, if the planetary was anchoring this position, now this command center can fall as well. We do have attack here to the north as well. Zealot's coming in, Mana's playing like a young god. He destroys that orbital as well, and now he can go into the bottom left. And there's another command center sitting here, load up the SCVs. No! He knew. So Ryang is losing all of his tempo, all of his command centers. He has like 1 more over here, but yeah, he will lose this one. Boom. And he's trying to take another base. Like, one issue for Mana is that he's running out of locations that he can safely expand to while keeping that map control alive. There's like 1 to the center left, I guess, which is very open for him right now to take. This center right position is being killed off, and yeah, it's not gonna get cancelled. So that's a tiny win for Ryang, but look at the money. He's at 100 supply and 7 minerals. This is his income. That's it. And there's no way he can make enough units to combat another full Protoss force. Look at that Tempest count. And all of these starports he has, 4 starports with +3 Vikings. Yeah, amazing, but he doesn't have the money. Now he finally lands a command, so he needs to mule that like crazy, but he is scanning so much, he's out of energy. Look at that, all of the commands are depleted. He's trying to keep the army at bay, but 8 Tempests, they're just chewing through those commands and it's like butter. Oh bro, Ryang. Looking on the verge of defeat here, Mana. Insanely strong play. This is the finalist Mana play here. And GG is called. Easy peasy, Mana taking that first map here. Like a god. Insane. What a good game. But yeah, I guess Ryang just stayed a little bit too passive and Mana fully exploited that. He was like, man, if you give me the map, I'll take it and I'll make another 100 Colossi. And you think you deplete everything, you think you need the ghost switch because you think I'm gonna go Mass Templar. F you, I make 7 Colossi and attack you. While only having 3 Templars. And Ryang totally got baited. Let's go into the next map here. In the top left we've got Mana and in the bottom right is Ryang. He got baited. What a game. What a first game. Really good game. But man, that was... I could see this from miles ago. Like, Ryang invested so much into defenses. And honestly, Mana was kind of poking in, but he was only poking. He wasn't really fully committing. Now what that did in the end was... it did open a lot of opportunity for Mana to build up tempo in comparison to Ryang. And Ryang, he just couldn't get that economic engine going again. And then what's the big issue for him? Now what is he gonna do this game? Is he gonna go mech? I could see him go mech. Like if anyone would go mech, it would be him. But honestly, like the last map would have been probably better for mech. A little bit of harassment here is gonna force the commands into off center, but there's gonna be the Marine very soon who will force the probe to go away. Is he gonna sacrifice the probe for the SCV? Oh, damn. Don't chase with that SCV. That was actually a very big mistake. Mana was so happy. I could see his grin from here. I could see his grin from through the monitor while he saw that SCV chasing that probe. He was like, yes, come here, yes. Now this time we will see that factory very fast, so no fast 3 commands and a mass barracks play. The Stalker Harass is trying to get to the SCV again, but he does not. Mana's micro is extremely good. Like, it's something you can really forget because sometimes he just slips up with the macro because he micros too heavily, and then he also slips in the micro because he's like, oh, panicking and thinking, hey shit, I need to go macro, and then he slips with the micro and it's like a card house fall collapses kind of. But if he just is focused, he is so good in the micro. Look at that. He even keeps the Adept alive. Maybe now a little bit overconfident with that depth. No, I don't think so. There's only 3 Marines left. This is already a terrible start to the game for Ryang. The command center being delayed that long. He gets the fresh mule. He loses so many Marines. Finally, we've getting that Cyclone here, but it also needs to be careful with the Cyclone. You can't just walk into the army. He's gonna kill the Cyclone. God, Ryang, what are you doing? Look at that. How many units has he lost? The probe. It's a perfect game almost. It's insane, that value. In addition to the mule, which doesn't show, and the delay on the command center, which also doesn't show. This is insane damage. Man, if let's say the other way around, if Ryang comes back in this game, I'd be surprised, honestly. This is but yeah, look at that. 2 pylons at once here. Macro is slipping. Throwing down the extra nexus. Is it worth it? I'd still say yes. Look at these. 4 kills, 5 kills, 4 kills. It's insane value. 3 units to almost kill a guy. Right? And it's a professional. And he has been in a professional for like ages. He has been to around a 4 for GSL. It's a super machine, that dude. He makes the build for the god himself, Maru. Like, one thing Ryang is probably the worst at, or which would be his worst asset from his pro gamer skill set, would be micro. If I had to put a label on it, it would be micro. His micro definitely isn't as good as the one for other programmers, and his macro isn't like, he's not macroing like an innovation, right? He's macroing like a very good pro gamer, but not like an innovation, not like a Serral, not like some of those. Just will always have so many units, like Bomber, right? His mechanics were insane. He would always have an insane army size because he would just be macroing perfectly good. Now look at that though, a little bit of pickup macro here. It's not that it's terrible, it's just not his strongest suit. He is definitely better at the macro department, and he's better at the tactic and strategy department. He's better at unit movement, like army rotation, stuff like that. That's his forte. He knows where to hit, when to hit, and how to hit. My god, he loses the bunker. This is not going as he expected. The Banshee trying to deal some damage, but in the end, on 0 kills, he loses the Medivac as well. No more tanks here. 1 Banshee with Cloak to assist in the defense, but he already lost the tank. Now there's the Observer coming in, and the Banshee also falls. Oh boy, Mana is so aggressive right now. He does lose finally a couple Stalkers here to the tank. I guess only 1 with a tank shot there. Ryang under so much pressure. In the end, 4 Stalkers have fallen and 1 probe, the scouting probe. 5 SCVs, Medivac, Banshee, Cyclone, tank, 12 Marines, bunker. This is so much, it's just insane. Now the Banshee coming in, but he has shield batteries kind of everywhere. He needs to pull the probes, which he did in time. Still 0 kills on the Banshees. Now he's coming in, a couple of charge shots here to tank for the front line. The tank being mistargeted. One is shooting his own command center, so he stops that one. Luckily from shooting, but he was shooting on the wrong target there for a moment. Banshee is getting chased down here, is getting killed off, and all of that Cloak Banshee investment, it didn't do anything. We couldn't even talk about this because Mana was so aggressive all the time and so in his face. But yeah, all of that Cloak Banshee shenanigans, he did not kill a single unit with a Banshee. A absolute wasted investment. 100% waste. And that's a huge investment. Now he's gonna lose another tank in the main. He's getting pressured at the front. Look at that, he doesn't even kill 1 Zealot. All of the 4 Zealots are picked up again into the Prism. That's a free pick on a tank. And that's such a value unit. If you're so aggressive with the Blink units. The Blink Stalkers. Look at that dude, 5 kills. He's a mentor. 5 kills is disciple. Okay, the other ones. You've got a mentor with every group. You have to give 1 Stalker with 5 kills for every group of Stalkers. It is known. There's the research on the Storm. The Templars are already walking forward. He's gonna aggressively storm Ryang's areas. If he can get a Storm on these 2 spots, he can just break down the bunker. He can just potentially break down this front, but Ryang is going extremely Marauder heavy. He's getting a few Liberators, getting some more siege units. His decision making seems to be very, very on point here. He's trying to get very beefy units, so not to be broken by any fast compositions here from the Protoss. But now he sends out all the Marines. He's gonna shoot down the Templars though. A little bit of a mistake there by Mana, but whoa! The one storm hits just the spot. The Marines want to go into the bunker. They're walking a little bit too far forward here. He does in the end still kill 12 SCVs, but that was a costly attack here for Mana. As you can see, Ryang did kill way more in this fight. He also killed a few with friendly fire there. But Ryang definitely destroying a lot more resources here. Still though, Mana is keeping the tempo of Ryang. But Ryang is starting to establish his third base. He has it finished up. He's sending that out. Needs to set up a bunker or something. Yeah, some structures. I want to see something to soak some zealots to get something in between you and the army of your opponent. The army isn't looking as scary anymore. We had almost the same supply here for both in the army supply. 3 High Templars, yeah, those are kind of scary. 14 Zealots as well. 2 Mortals are okay. 3 Stalkers, well, I don't care about those guys. 1 Sentry, that's only for the Guardian Shield, but that just got warped in, so he doesn't have the energy. He does see... yeah, okay, he sees the units and coming in from a lot of angles here. He needs to clump up, but that's when you are getting stormed again. There is no more High Templar though. Did he actually focus down that War Prism? I think he did. So only 1 storm goes off, and that was a very much wasted attack. Extremely good defense here by Ryang, and he should be able to catch that Immortal. Yeah, you want to click down those Immortal. Ah, even picking those up. Damn, man, Ryang on fire. Okay, so not really, but just a little bit. Like his left hand is burning a tiny bit. 5th base coming up here for Mana. He still has a bunch. Look at that chrono energy. Oh my god. He has so much energy. He could like chrono boost this forge into oblivion. You want to throw down a second forge. You want to balance the economy a little bit. Maybe get a couple more gases going. Look at this is oversaturated. This is undersaturated. He's setting up the gases now. He's running over here to that base. And he's trying to come in again with another attack, but War Prism under threat here. He has 1 High Templar in this group. In the end though, this army from Ryang, where's the army actually? He has so much army supply, but where is it? Maybe it's still in production. The Vikings need to land. They're actually being focused down right now by these Stalkers. Zealots still killing SCVs. 20 SCVs have fallen here. And Ryang needs to reproduce now. He's gonna GG. He just says, alright man, I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up. And we'll have to go into next game. Like, not next game, but next series. So Ryang does lose that series against Mana. Very well played. And Mana earns the privilege playing against... where is it? There it is, Serral. So let's watch Serral and Mana. Okay, I hope Mana doesn't do the mistake and think like he's like the worst player between these two and just gonna do super cheese or something. I don't know. Maybe Serral is gonna do super cheese. That series looked very good though from Mana. He looks very on point. But you definitely see like this guy is a micro machine and his macro is very good, but it's not like top. It's not like world class, right? But his micro, it can be world class. Like when I say world class, I mean champion caliber, right? Oh, yeah, Forge, okay. Cannon Rush, ladies and gentlemen. This is a later game. No, it's not. It's from the Home Story Cup. But we'll have a Cannon Rush. There's the probe coming in. The Overlord is gonna see it though, right? Yeah. He builds 4 probes. Is this gonna be enough? It's gonna make another cannon behind, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna pylon this up. Gonna make another cannon. And he can pylon this up again. So he's gonna have 1 safe cannon. This cannon is placed so it can pressure the hatchery, and it will also help... Ah, he's gonna let it finish though? He kills 1 drone with that cannon. Oh, run the probe! Run the probe! Oh, he loses a probe. If he loses a second probe... Oh, no, this is not how this is supposed to work. Oh my god, this might be defended. He needs to make 1 more cannon down here. What are you gonna do now? Cybernetics core? Yeah, you want that here as well, kind of. Look at that. It just doesn't do anything right now. It just sits there. It's like a glorified proxy, which is impossible to kill at this point because it has a cannon. Yeah, Cyril is even... He's so smart, man. He's just trying to hit the Zealot from behind because he knows if the Zealot walks back into the, look at that, 2 probes come in. Yeah, losing both probes to drones, that was such a big mistake. Insane. He completely depleted the tempo, look at that, and he had no choice, like he can't make that cannon anymore close enough, so he needs to kill this with the Zealots now. Or Stalkers. He doesn't have the mining, like the money isn't there for the Stalker. What is he? There you go. Finally, but look at that. No shield batteries. Just cannons. Now the Lynx are walking around. Now he needs to make a cannon down here somewhat. Or fully wall this with a gate or something. Are you gonna place a Nexus? Maybe he says like, alright, it's only 4 Lynx, we can handle this. He's not gonna have enough money and time, so this probe is just a wasted unit. Yeah. See, it's fully unpowered. Now he doesn't have a gateway, he can't make any more Stalkers. He's actually walking back another probe. So he recalled the Stalker to kill the Lynx. Cyril just made 3 Spine Callers and 4 Queens and is pushing this back because he has the superior healing power. And he can fight 3 against 1. This is so over. Losing those both probes, completely resetting the tempo. No extra cannons being able to be thrown up here. Yeah! Look at that dirty Proto scum. That's how you defend a cannon rush. You just kill the probes. But yeah, that's also how you not execute a cannon rush. You do not lose your probes. Can't believe it. Amateur mistake then. Alright, let's see if this game is going to be any different here. In the top left we've got Cyril already in a 1-0 lead, and in the bottom right we've got Mana. Oh, coming off a failed cannon rush doesn't feel too happy, I can assume. Okay, another cannon rush. Let's see if it works this time. So this pylon is seen. Is he gonna throw down a gate or a cannon first? He's gonna make the gate first. There's a space for the cannon. There's the drones coming. And he wants to jump the probe out, but it will be seen. The drones are not perfect on time though. So he does get away with the probe for now. And this looks solid. You do want to cancel this pylon to make the additional cannon. There we go. This is already at half health, so this should be fine. And next step is going to be the cybernetics core. You cannot lose both probes. You need to stay alive with one probe. Of course, you can kill these drones with the probes if you're good enough. Oh! So he doesn't get any of the drones, but he gets the position. Is this going to be cancelled? I think you cancel this, yeah. When Sarah tries to walk through, the cannon is finishing up. It only gets one shot off. The probe did turn around, and now the hatchery will be taken, but he can't cannon rush this again. Is he gonna throw down something else first, though? So he gets another gateway. He gets the cybernetics core at home, gets another gateway. He's gonna walk down there with the zealot. He's gonna hit that with the zealot. Okay, so you also want to get the scout into the main. Did he lose one probe? Might be. I think, yeah, he just walked into the main, and he needs to see the roach warren. He does find the roach warren, so he knows what's up. Cyril is going to play one base. He's going to be forced one base for a while, which is also, it's never a good spot as a Zerg, because of the hatchery mechanic and the lava mechanic, right? So, Zerg, honestly, at this point, what you kind of want to do is make an in-base hatchery. You need that extra production, because even on one base, one hatchery is not going to be enough. And Mana, what he wants to do is he wants to get this blocked off. So he will have a definite contain. Now with the Stalker, that's going to be fine. He has that one cannon. The Stalker is going to be movable, and all of, like, even with Lynx you can snipe a drone. And this base, let's see if it's going to be cancelled or if he lets this finish, because that's the only drone. Okay, so he lets this finish. But what is he gonna do with this? He's gonna just do some creep down there? He will lose the base. Oh, the Stalker walks into the Ravagers here. That's a little bit unfortunate for the Stalker. Already losing his shields here. Means the shield battery is already down. Doesn't have the energy. Now he's making a few links from this position. So he used this hatchery, 340 minerals, to make 2 sets of links. Sarah maybe not with the perfect responses here. One adept coming in, snipes a drone. Of course, every drone hurts so much right now. But you kind of need to force these Ravagers away from, like, you cannot have this contain fall. He snipes the creep tumor. Now Lynx coming for the flank. Look at that. Those Lynx, that's the stuff he made from that hatchery he had die off. So he might lose one. Oh, nice transfuse there. He's barely holding this for now. That's that's a unpower on that gate before the warp gate finishes, and he needs to throw down another pylon. Okay, he has a backup pylon here. But that gate is a lot of his production. I think that's his 50% of his production. Oh, he can snipe those Ravagers now. He loses another pylon, but his gateway is still online. He still has a couple shield batteries here. One photon cannon trying to be warped in here. Can he get those frickin' queens and Ravagers? Like, if he can kill these Ravagers off. Oh, that transfuse again. Cyril always with the backup transfuse, but he should be out of energy very soon here. Some nice biles here. Cannon though is gonna almost kill off a roach. That roach is gonna be morphed. Can you snipe the roach here? Yes, he gets the sniper. He loses a Stalker in the process. This is all in here for Mana. Can he make this happen? Can he make this work? He's starting to dwindle in the numbers of Stalkers. He needs that additional production gateway. It's still unpowered. He's making another gateway because he cannot get up a pylon close enough to this gate to get it running again. Honestly, one pylon over here somehow to get this shield battery powered again will also be quite nice. He has a couple more backup shield batteries here. We're looking at 5 shield batteries, 1 unpowered. But the Ravagers are starting to fall. Roaches also. Oh, walks one Stalker into bile. That's a huge mistake here. Should never happen. In the end, one Ravager still survives. Another transfuse is gonna come in, and the shield battery is out of juice again. This is where you build a nexus here to get the extra energy and the overcharge. Nice bile there on the warping in Stalker. And another Ravager coming in. He needs to finish off that roach. If the Ravager egg does complete, it's gonna fully heal up again, And we see more and more buildings here being thrown down by Mana. He's chrono boosting that gate. Look at the money. Finally, he has the double warp in. 2 Stalkers being warped in here. Finally, the potential to overwhelm this force from the Zerg player. Serral does unpower another shield battery. But Mana instantly showing up with another pylon here. But it's not here right now. It is stacking up energy though. So once this pylon finishes... Oh, he needs to be careful with the probe though. If he loses probe, this is going to fall apart. It's going to throw down another pylon back here. This is another gate unpowered. 2 gates are unpowered actually. This pylon does not reach. And that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. If Serral can keep on pushing. 2 gates unpowered. It's 3 unpowered gates here right now on the front lines. No Stalkers coming in. Even though there's no money, he's making a Stargate at home. He's abandoning the idea. Mana makes a Stargate. That means he can make oracles. That means he can just be safe. He can take a base. And that means we will have ourselves a game starting at 7 minutes where the Zerg player has Ravagers on 1 base and, well, Protoss has a Stargate on 1 base, or 2 bases. Serral needs to start rotating the drone down here. He needs to start thinking about that extra hatchery. This attack is going well. A slow warp in Stalker because this pylon is not in reach. This battery is fully stacked on energy, but there is a lot of energy on these batteries down here. So you can micro back to this area. Serral is constantly producing units. Roaches, Ravagers, and Queens. You will see an Oracle soon, but there's so many Queens, I don't think you can really get something done with an Oracle. Again, a double unpower here on the gateways. Serral is breaking out, but he needs to still fend off this push. And now with the production actually being unpowered, there's 1 gate back up again. He should warp in a Stalker immediately. Oh yeah, of course, the countdown doesn't reset. Like, it does stop as well if they're unpowered. They don't get the fresh unit. And this is gonna be another unpower on that gate. He didn't warp in another unit, so... Man, this is not going well here. He does have the Oracle now. He comes in. He's gonna go for the drones. Oh, no, this could be so big. How many does he get? He gets 3 already. 4, 5. Oh, boy, that's a 4th of the drone count here. It's almost 30%. Yeah, he gets 30%. He gets 6 out of 18. 1 hatchery was made here. And he can now hit these Ravagers as well. Whoa, so he completely... bonkers down the drone count. Fully mineral mining now for Serral. He recognizes this. He just lost a third of his economy, and he needs that drone count to operate and snowball. Mana has 24 probes. He has a lot of workers. He is supply blocked right now. He lost all of these structures. That was so much money. 5,000 minerals. 5,000 minerals worth in structures, mostly, and I guess 1,000 in Stalkers-ish, but wow, so much. Oracles coming in here, they're fine, looking for drones, but they just can't seem to find an opening. A lot of Queens are still left over here, and yeah, Serral just went for the additional hatcheries. He has the Queens, so he can kind of easily get the injects going. Now the Stalkers are still here. They might have been recalled earlier, and they are pressuring that new base that was trying to be established. Let's actually check. No, he didn't recall. Well, maybe he recalled and the recall is already off cooldown. Not sure. So he will be going into the Blink Stalkers next. Does he even have gateways? Oracles! It's still very, very painful to lose even 2 drones from 25. That's a lot again. It's almost 10%. Not as terrible, but yeah, there's no gateways, man. It's a Blink Stalker attack without any gates. We're at 11 minutes into this game and we're finally starting to see the naturals being taken. The third base trying to come online here. And Mana's just producing more and more oracles, which I don't hate. But you kind of need, like, you can snowball the oracles, of course. But you need to be doing more with them than just revelating. Like, you have 3 oracles right now. That's a lot of your army supply. Yes, no, 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 no! Oh, no! And that's where he stops the oracle production. Is that an I or is that an arse? Oh, he put so much money into those oracles, losing them to Biles on top of that. Fleet beacon on 2 bases, which one is operational, by the way. This is starting to look way better and better for Serral here, I have to say. He's very solid, he's getting up actually his macro machine is going. He's getting upgrades. We also have a forge which does complete +1 weapons. That's something he should have already done way earlier, right? During his attack. There's a few links now running across. They're killing a few probes. There's a cannon going up. But it's not done yet. Oracles, 3 of them coming in again. They could kill the queen if they focused it down, but honestly they're so low, you need to be very careful. He's just gonna throw down a few revelations. Again, those kind of staggered. Oh, 1 oracle is gonna survive. 1 HP. Everybody be very silent. It's only 1 HP. If the vibrations in the air are too loud, it might fall apart. Okay, so the oracle does survive. A bunch of links now. But yeah, look at that. Serral's macro is going, man. 9 probes at once. He's going into a hive. He already has the infestation pit down here, of course. He's going into a second upgrade, dual upgrades. +2 melee and the +1 carapace. He has a 4th base finished up. He's starting to saturate that right now. You saw the 10 drones just like on the counter there. Everything's just rallying over there right now. And this is looking very good for Serral. He's starting to look extremely far ahead here in a moment. He's going into a Baneling Nest, and he might just overwhelm Mana before he can ever get up to a good Tempest gun. But honestly, are you gonna make Tempest against Links and Banes? No. You need some AoE. You need some splash. Not sure why he is set on to go into these Tempests right now, but it's even scouted by the Overseer. He even sees the thing. So immediately throws down a Spy. He knows he just needs a bunch of Corruptors and he can win the game. He's going in now with the ground force. He's going to try to delay a little bit here. But there's the Tempest. They're starting to shoot away at the army. And ooh, that's a nice stasis. You know when it's a really messy game. That's when the pro gamers do miss things like these. Like stasis traps on the map or DTs or something. Is he going to lose the oracles again? Oh my god, he loses another one to the Biles. So 3 Tempests, nice and all. There's 2 more. No, only 1 more? No, there's the second one. Coming in, but there's the bunch of links. So far, the shield battery, like on maximum reach, is helping that Stalker out immensely. Queens are trying to push back these Tempests, and now we're going into carriers. More and more Warpins behind his links did not break through that wall. Maybe a little bit focus. I guess he didn't focus on the correct things there. Could have probably teared down the wall if he was actually focusing on that one. Now he's gonna come into the space. He's gonna try to fight the army. Meanwhile, he is defending against the push here from Mana, the Tempest push. Can he kill a base? That would be kind of nice, but honestly, you're losing a base behind us as well. The Oracles are trying to do their damnedest to kill off these links, but the Stalkers are completely gonna fall here. The Tempest will finish off this base, but already Serral has one behind this. All of the Stalkers do fall. There's no overcharge ready here for the shield batteries, as the Oracles have been overcharged. And yeah, there's the Corruptors. He's gonna recall, is he though? Like, now with the Corruptors showing up like this, it's just a little bit too difficult to recall. A lot of transfuses there on the Corruptors, so none of them do fall. And they will completely kill off the Tempest fleet. Wow. Talk about efficient trading here in this last fight in the end. The Stalkers are trying to come in here to help out against this. He wanted to make a Nexus here, but of course this is being seen, so he just decides on the different location. But there's already a Ling waiting, which will kill off the probe. The Nexus will be done though, no pylon. And now we're going into carriers, but there's already the Corruptors, so yeah, this is looking way better here for Serral. He who gets by a 5th base and a 6th base at the same time. He's going into an Ultralisk Cavern now, of course. Like an Ultralisk with an Infestor Cloud, trying like with full armor and a carrier. Like you can have 10 carriers and you won't kill one. He's peeing down the main command center, or whatever this is here in Nexus. So no more recall into the main base. It's probably the biggest thing, and also that additional chrono boost gone. He's finally working on his +2, by the way. That was so late. Like, yeah, things are not looking good for Mana. This is not gonna work out. We're already at 2-1 for Serral. He can start his additional upgrades. He's going into the +3 attack, but not yet into the additional carapace, which you kind of want if you want to make some ultras. He's getting banging speed. He's getting +1 missile for his air attacks. Things are just amazing here after that initial 11 minutes of chaos. Serral just completely reset himself into a full-on macro machine, and yeah, the chaos is still going on Mana's side. It's just not stopping. Look at that. Probes being just not sent to work, sitting there idle for a moment. He cannot get up a 4th base, which is so necessary because the natural is about to mine out. There's nothing in the main, literally. Like, there isn't even a main, and everything is sitting here at this 4th base is not perfectly balanced. The probe count isn't terrible at 50, but it's definitely not where you want to be at this stage of the game if you're facing almost 80 workers from your opponent. And Serral is just making more. You could go for another base here in the north. He has so many Lings who are looking amazing at this point with the 2-1 upgrades and adrenal glands. They're gonna chew through buildings like nothing. Mana's gonna do a last attempt here. He has Storm now completed. He has a bunch of Storms stacked up. He has a few Archons, and he's kind of baiting the Corruptors, but already the Ultra transition did happen, so yeah, GG. He's not even gonna give us the last fight. GG is gonna be called here as the 3rd base gets ravaged by Lings. Mana just says, abandon ship, we will go home, we will not be able to move through Serral in this group. Serral, very well done by him here. Let's see TVZ. But I think we've already seen most of the TVZs from this group. We can see the... We can have a look at the brother game. Reynor against Baby Marine. Why not? Reynor against... Let's have a look at Reynor against Baby Marine. Brothers from Italy. One being a tiny bit more accomplished. than the other one. Let's hop into this series in the bottom right. We do have Baby Marine. In the top left, we've got Reyna. So, Reyna is the older brother. Baby Marine is his younger brother. For the people who did not know, now you do. I don't exactly know how old Baby Marine is. He's probably like 18 or something at this point. Maybe in getting up to 20 or so. Let's have a quick check on this one. Let's do some fact checking here. Baby Marine. Maybe he's already like 21 or something. He's 20. Look at that. Yeah, of course, Reyna's little brother, the Marine of babies, so the baby of Marines. Hello, Ausx. AUSX. Now, what is Reyna gonna do to his little brother? Like, on stage even, right? Is he gonna let him win? And how is his younger brother gonna try to outsmart his older brother? Can you outsmart the mechanics from Reyna? It would be even cooler if those were twins, I guess, but maybe not. Already cool enough. Baby Marine goes for a scout here, just checks the creep. It's like, alright, you want to do the hatchery, so no one base shenanigans, no Ravager Rush or something like that to break the entrance. And third base coming up here. There's no Reaper, so that's why he went with the SCV scout to confirm the timing on the hatchery. He's going into a reactor immediately, a factory. This looks like a 3cc opener. He doesn't have the second gas, so factory into the third command center. We'll see that very soon. I expect here, or somewhere around here, or like he could even place it down here to create a wall. Or just next to your command center. Here, of course. So yeah, there we go. There's the third command center, and yeah, next we'll see that starport go up, and then he'll eventually work his way to the Banshee. Oh, he does have the Reaper, excuse me. He went into a Marine after that to be safe. He snipes the Zergling, must feel good. Now let the Hellion Banshee begin. A Raven actually, so he cancels the Banshee, goes for a Raven. He had the Banshee in production, maybe he was looking for something like an early Roach or so coming over. So you're like, do I need the Banshee now? So he cancelled it, goes for the Raven. And it's gonna say, alright, let's do some auto turret harassment. He might also just use this to clear creep. And so far he's kind of going very light on the Hellions. He's a little bit desynced on that production, which is kind of odd. I mean, he has one in the queue right now, right? It might have been a tiny supply block or something that he had earlier. I didn't miss that, unfortunately, but he's going into Banshees afterwards now, so he goes into the Raven first, might just utilize that to bolster his aggressive offenses here, and also to get no scan creep tumor kills, but Reyna's just a fan in the creep with 3 queens, so you want to be very careful with that Raven, because this unit you don't want to lose. It's such a valuable unit. 2 more barracks coming up, 2 more engineering base coming up as well. Yeah, look at that. Immediately focusing down on that Raven. But the Raven does actually turn the tide with the auto turret here. And 2 queens do indeed fall. Oh, he does not kill these creep tumors because he's under fire at home. Lynx are killing SCVs. Ooh. Let's have a quick look here. Only 1. Only 1. Huh. The mule needs to work. Oh, get the mule back. Get it back. No, baby. Yes, there we go. So he goes back to work. He will deplete the creep tumors on the left side here. Raven very handy. Needs to be careful, don't get it hit by queens too much. Oh! Now repair this one, please. Honestly, like, repair it. It's such a good unit. It's such a good unit. You just want to always keep this alive. He does have it somewhere where he could repair it, and he does actually do it. So very nice here. Kind of stuck to the mule there. The door is open though, and that's when the Lynx do come in. There was no reinforcements here to actually hold that off. And this is a little bit too many Lynx. Actually, there's a tank on top. I didn't see that one, but a lot of friendly fire going on here as well. The Hellions do come back once again. This is so much missed mining time. Look at how many workers are walking. It's 2,000. 2,000 in the plus here for Reyna. For those moments. It's so much lost mining time. It's insane. And double upgrades here as well for Reyna coming in, of course. 1-1, tiny bit faster though for his brother Baby Marine, and the Bailing Speed though is gonna finish up very soon, so Reyna is gonna start some heavy aggression, and for like so far he has actually been very frequently getting into the like mineral lines. So now with Banes there's no room for error anymore. You cannot let that happen, because next time you won't just have like be left over with 8 Red F's SCVs. Those will be 8 dead SCVs. And even more. He loses all of that Hellion force. The Raven is the sole survivor from that initial unit composition. Unfortunately, they did die before the armory was finished. The armory was also delayed there, so it's not in time for the 2-2 upgrades to immediately go through. There's an infestation pit, the hive is coming in, so Reyna is on point here. Another factory with a reactor. So we fancy Widow Mines, I guess, here. This Baby Marine. He sees that Ling group, that Ling count. He's like, alright, you're playing Ling Bane, aren't you? Like full Ling Bane, aren't you? Upgrade and all that. No additional units set. So the Hydras, no Roaches, no Ravages, and he will immediately go into Ultralisks. Most likely, nah, he does throw down the Hydra then. Maybe he just wants to get this done for that switch into Lurkers as well. I don't know, have to wait and see. But if you want to play Hydras, you usually do want to get that +1 missile attack at least for the Hydras. He's like dropping in weird positions where he can't drop out his units. 3 more barracks coming in here for Baby Marine. He's going into concussive shreds right now, Marauder production. He does go into the drilling claws as well. He's producing some liberators. But like, liberators against what? It's actually gonna be some Hydras, so Reyna is gonna be 0-0 Hydras with a very heavy focus on his melee composition here. Adrenal coming in as well. He does get the Hydra speed, so I guess 7 Hydras. They're gonna be walking for a while around and trying to assist against the Medivacs or something. Doesn't really have too many of those. He's of course maxed, so it's gonna be difficult to make them right now. But he's still choosing to replenish Zerglings. He just gets a few Hydras, I think, really, to try and fend off the Medivacs and punish those. Now, a supply block here. And a big one, there's no supply depot on the way here for Baby Marine. 188 out of 188, and that's not gonna change very soon. He does make another command center, that's gonna be the next supply depot, but that will take a while. Liberator flying through double spore is gonna die. The second one does barely make it through. And a quick pull. Now, why doesn't it shoot, you say? Because it can't see. They need glasses, the Liberators. Oh, bro. The tank's really having a bad time with those unbuildable rocks. And he stops it. Even pulling some friendly fire there. $20 kill tank. It's a nice position for the tank, but there's gonna be Vipers, there's gonna be a Nidus, there's gonna be 33 upgrades. Does he already have that Ultralisk cannon finished up? No, he hasn't gone there yet, but he can make that cavern at any point. Raven is stacked at 200 energy. He's thrown down an anti-armor missile, which can be good, but honestly, it just gets shut down by the Hydras, unfortunately, here. A nice Widowmine connection here. 31 kills on the Widowmine so far, but not enough Widowmines actually to stage a defense, and at the same time we did have Veins coming in into the natural. Reina does take the game, yeah, unfortunately. Baby Marine does fall to his brother. So 1-0 for the blue Zerg player, and this guy needs to come back. It's Baby Marine on the bottom right here of 10,000 feet, and the top left we've got Reina, of course, looking very strong, just like he does. Oops, I think I just hit the wrong button. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, I think I fixed it. So he's walling the front. He could go with the double barracks. I'm not sure though. Yeah, he's actually gonna do that. The Björn opening. The 2 racks, 3 to 5 Reapers. And trying to delay that third or cancel the third from your opponent. Let's see if he sends an SCV to try and bust that as well, like the position. But yeah, he won't. Seems like he has no rally to the front, so he won't be doing that most likely. And there's the Reaper, there's gonna be the second depot. Man, let's see how this begins now. He's gonna try to go for the drones, it seems like. Yeah, he's going very deep on that drone. Of course, not gonna work out, as we can see here. We're pulling that away in the perfect moment so far. Soon there's gonna be the second Reaper. And then we'll see that third one join in. He's already going into Marines, so only 3 Reapers here. Very standard, very safe-ish kind of situation, yeah? And he will of course follow this up with a tech lab and reactors. Gonna lead into a 2-2. He will kill off the Overlord first. I like this move. And there's the factory come down. Now Reapers are actually only containing the creep for now, so I'm not sure if I like this choice. Is he going into mech with this? Oh, this could be a possibility. Like, he has the 2 barracks, it looks so funny, like why would you ever go into mech with the 2 barracks, right? But it is actually a possibility. He has not started any upgrades there for his buy-ins yet. He could even go into Sky Terran. Yeah, look at that, fast armory. I think we're seeing mech here. Are we though? Is this just a halberd push? I hope it's not. Halberd pushes don't really work. Now let's see if he starts any upgrades here for this one. So he starts Stim. He's still making Marines. He's making a medevac, no add-ons here. Is this gonna be like an all-in type of situation? Might be. Now, Reyna's trying to get the intel. He's trying to scout this. He's opening up the map. Does only see the Hellion and the stuff. So he knows by the Hellion count that this should be... Okay, so he's gonna... Wait, drop Marines with this? And then Hellbat? So it's gotta be like a Hellbat push, right? He can't lose too much health here. There we go. So he doesn't even... Oh, he shoots it. Wow, that was like a slingshot from that Marine, man. He was like turn shooting that drone into oblivion. But there's so many queens, man. He will engage with the Lynx while there's still Hellbats, so that's good for Baby Marine. But in the end, he doesn't have the staying power, really. One medevac just doesn't provide enough healing. He kills an Overlord. He doesn't have the firepower from the Marines, really, to actually kill off the queens if he doesn't have the tanks. And we will be back to bioproduction here. Honestly, I don't like this. Oh, he actually made a tackle up there for a moment. Cancelled that. Honestly, I don't like this choice as much. I don't like the Hellbat push. It doesn't really accomplish anything. He kills the Lynx, but he doesn't reduce the queen count. He doesn't actually kill any drones. And yeah, it doesn't seem like it did anything really to Reyna that was damaging. Even runs through a Spore here with the Liberator. Sets it up now. Gets a couple of drones, but he loses the Liberator, of course. He will kill these Lynx. Still has a couple of Hellbats, which is nice. He still has the Reapers as well. Which, well, you don't really need, honestly, anymore. So what's he gonna do with this? Is he gonna go another time? He has a tank now, he has Stim now. He still has the Medivac. But honestly, it's just not, like... This is not the firepower you need to break 7 queens here. He's trying to go for it, he gets 1. There's not too much transfuse energy, but as soon as he loses the medevac, this army needs to kind of go home. Or the queens will just kind of tear it down piece by piece here. Yeah, he will. Very indecisive here. He needs to get it orbital going. There we go. Mailing speed is almost finishing up here in a hot minute. +1 carapace on the way as well. There's your 4th base and 5th base taken at the same time, so you kind of want to poke out one of those. And the Zerg still gets the benefit of the 5th base. Yeah, this base will be pressured as well. There's only SCVs reinforcing right now. There's nothing. Oh, he does not let the Lynx in this time though. He just dropped over some units, but he is very busy defending at home right now. The tanks are exposed, the units are coming back here. Hellions are not morphed into Hellbats. The Medivac is not at the front, so there's only 2 Medivacs here right now. I guess it's the low one anyway, so that should be fine. The tanks are still anchoring this kind of. And now we do have the Hellbats here to help out. Oh, the Widowmine Splash is gonna be actually devastating. He kills a few of his own units here. We can probably check that in the battle report. Baby Marine, I guess he only killed a Marine, yeah, a SCV with his own Widowmine Splash, so that's not too terrible. And the tanks are denying the space from mining for now, but honestly, like, this is not the most important base for Raynor, that's his 6th base. He doesn't really care about this, he's running in Banelands at this point, because he can, because there's so much to spare. And he will just now overwhelm this here. Tanks are trying to get good shots on the Bane clusters here. He does get a few decent ones, but just not enough to really put a dent into that. Now can he defend here? Raynor is trying to split this off. He does eat a big shot though on one of his links there. And nice spreading here by Baby Marine. He will also come back with that drop, and he will be able to defend rather easily. Only 3 SCVs have been killed off. He needs to get on that command center again, and there we go. SCV is gonna start wrapping that thing up. Look at the queen count. 14. 14. He's just playing mass queen Ling Bane. Well, he made 7 Hydras last game, now he made 7 more Queens. Wait a minute, dropping into the space here. He's trying to get a good shot on the cluster there. Oh, nice split there on the last second. Burrow. So there could be some Baneling mines. 4th base though is being established here for Baby Marine. It's not a terrible timing, but honestly we do have a big income advantage for the past 5 minutes here for Raynor. Because he was able to go up to 6 bases, even though this is not really mining yet. This one's fully operational, this is starting to be operational, and these bases of course are already kind of running low. Hydra then on the way this game as well. So again, a very late switch into Hydra composition here for Raynor. Oh, the Medivac! Oh, no. And then we have a fight here in the bottom. Did lose a few of the Marine Force there. And Raynor just very active around every corner of the map. And Baby Marine can't really find an angle to poke in and deal some damage here. He's just being pushed back on every front. Must be so frustrating to play against a big brother like that. And he's making more tanks now. So I guess he read into the Hydras, or maybe he wants to do a different approach from the last game. But so far, this is really not it. He's trying to get some Widowmine. Oh! Ooh, that was a big shot. It's a lot of blood. Raynor kind of dragged that into his own army there by doing a little bit of a bad split. He was being gracious there to his little brother, saying like, yeah man, you can have a good shot. You can have a happy moment. But this one I'm not gonna give you. Anyway, going back at 2 health. Like everywhere I look for Baby Marine, it feels like everything's just burning and kind of retreating. He does get that deny in the top right, which is nice, and Raynor's growth has been staggered for now. It's not staggered, it has been kind of thwarted for now. It's not going on as well. But he is running out of room to grow to anyways, so it's a natural issue as well he's hitting right now here. Natural map issue there. We do see the mines trying to get some good connections, and one does indeed do the trick here. Marines that couldn't fit. Oh no! The poor Marines that couldn't fit. Now he's trying to defend this defensive style. Tank, Ghost, Widowmine, command centers, a few bio units to support, some medevacs to try and poke in and do something and poke out again. Now Reyna's trying to find an opening here on the right, and there's actually a tiny hole in that wall for the supply depots. But it's not too much damage. He does lose that wall, which will supply cap him. And we do have a fusion core on the way and another starport. But that base in the bottom left, it's still alive. He's trying to get that up and running as an orbiter, sorry, as a planter in now. Bane's still coming to bust. Cancel, lift, lift, yes. Perfect choice here. We'll keep that one alive. Very good split, I want to say. So he's playing this as efficient as he can. No, don't walk in with the ghosts, man. They cannot soak 20 Banes anymore. They are light now. They take the extra damage from the Banes as well. This command center will most likely get cancelled. Yes, it does cancel this before it dies. The tank unfortunately does die though to the Lynx. And this flood is not working out as good as it could be right now. Ooh, he does evacuate the ghosts, which is nice, but unfortunately doesn't get a good hit on the Banes. Banes are walking in to find SCVs, but That was a funny moment. He cannot place the command center over here because there's 4 changelings right now, providing some vision. Now Reyna is looking good. He's making 5 drop overlords. He's playing around at this time. He has 3-3, halfway done for the attack and about to finish for the armor. He should be going into an Ultralisk Cavern. I keep saying that, but he just doesn't do it. He might just not do it, just to prove a point, I don't know. There's a full Ling drop. And there's no defenses whatsoever. There's nothing, there's no sensor turret. There is nothing. It's gonna spot this. There's a lot of idle SCVs. Baby Marine has 84 SCVs, but he needs to balance his economy. He needs gas going. This is not saturated. This is not built. And Reyna again coming into the bottom left here, and meanwhile the drop is closing in into the main base. And while he's kind of poking in over here, he now will drop on top of... Oh, there's even a bunch of idle SCVs as well. And he will be able to drop this main base. He's going into the natural as well with 3 more drop-a-lords. Maybe actually just staying on top of the production would have been a little bit better, but he is ravaging the economy for now. And yeah, killing some tech structures, killing some of these depots again, the armory, something like that can be very hurtful here to Baby Marine. A big force coming in here, trying to break the Terran army. A lot of tanks are reinforcing this, and he will stay alive. Queens are walking into their death, but honestly, you don't need 14 queens at this point anymore, so you can sacrifice 7 of those. And yeah, look at that. The geyser isn't even fully mined out. He's just gonna lose these overlords, which will supply block Reyna. It's a nice moment here for Baby Marine. 2 overlords are not gonna be enough, by the way, Reyna. You need to make a few more. And he's already getting this base as well. He's starting to mine out more than half of the map at this point. And he might just get this base as well. Baby Marine is sitting tight though. You might want to have a couple, like, reposition these structures to like here and get some more. Oh god, the 1 depot is not gonna block that area. There's a few Marines though standing strong here in very good position, but it's just not enough. It really low. God, things have been blown up here in the south at the same time. Oh, and so many SCVs are falling. He still has 60. That's actually more than enough. Maybe it's even better that he lost a few, but he will start to lose some production here. Liberator Common is gonna secure a little bit of that. He will be able to clear these links, but not all of them. Especially now, the freshly made turrets, he's actually burying next to turrets. It's so funny. That's so funny. That's I'm too fast for my own sake moment there. That one Ling. Oh, will he lose that? Oh, it's starting to burn, so he needs to repair. The Ling is still alive. Needs to repair this one. Oh god, so he loses all of the turrets, and in the meantime, his arm, while he's kind of stuck there defending in the main, he's getting pressured again in the bottom left. And Reyna's just throwing army after army into this position because he knows if he can break this one, he will be able to take the series, and he does indeed. Reyna does win the series 2-0, and I'll have to go pee, so stay tuned for the next one after the toilet break. Go to the restroom yourself, treat yourself. Like get a Snickers, I don't know. Get a Twix. Go to the restroom, get a pee, get a beer, whatever you want. Do it now, because when I come back, we're gonna go into the next series, so be right back. Okay, I think it's time to go into playoffs. We've seen a lot of games here. Let me check how this actually works. I think the quarterfinal. Oh, it's okay. That's how it works. And we're looking at best of fives, right? Yes. Looking at best of fives. We've got Showtime against SOS as a PvP, Cyril against Reina as ZVZ, oh yes, Zaun against Hero Marine, and Clem against them. Let's go into the PvP. Let's look at the Crazy Man against the Mauer. The Mauer from Germany and the Crazy Guy from Korea. This could be the fastest best of 5 PvP you've seen ever, or it could be the longest in the history of StarCraft. You never know. Like, this could be the most random thing. PvP though, it's been a while. I kind of want to see some PvP, some mirror matches. Let's jump into the game. In the bottom right, we've got Showtime, and in the top left, it is Streamer Zones SOS. Now PvP, we're gonna see the gateway walls here on the high ground for both players. No low ground wall yet. Are we gonna see double gate for both players? Are we gonna see the one gate expand for one of those guys? There's already a lot of decisions in the very early game here for Protoss versus Protoss. I'm already sending out a probe here to scout if SOS wasn't sneaky and build 2 gateways on his side of the map. SOS is just making 2 gates on his own top of the ramp, and Showtime is doing the same here. The probes didn't meet, so they kind of know for now where each other's probes are. And this is the moment where things are starting to go haywire. Showtime without scouting is just putting down a pylon on the map. While SOS has the second pylon at home. I'm going into the double adept. On the other side, we're gonna see the double stalker here. It might happen that these probes find each other again. This is just kind of scouting around. He's just looking for proxies. Is he gonna do something with the probe over there? So he sees the probe from his opponent now, and that's where his own probe is gonna move aggressive. Like, both players haven't scouted each other really. Like, Showtime didn't get up. I guess he saw the ramp, but yeah. First bunch will persevere, but in the end... Oh, he doesn't find the probe. In the end, it's gonna be Stalkers against Adepts. The Stalkers are gonna have a good time. He sees the Adepts now. And also, one Stalker was scouted. The second Stalker is hidden because it was split off a little bit to scout more of the map. And, well, Showtime is trying to go in now, but there's gonna be that shield battery block. And 3 Stalkers kind of chasing this away. Now, what did the probe see? I think it might have gone for another scout on the natural base. But indeed, it is a Stargate here for Showtime with an Oracle coming in. He has a couple of Stalkers waiting at home in case an Oracle comes from his opponent, which of course there is not, but we only know that Showtime doesn't. It's gonna be a Robo, and I'm assuming we're gonna see a faster Nexus here for SOS, as he's already moving down a probe and he has the money. Might just wait for one more round of warp in or something. No, he's just gonna place down the Nexus. A little bit slow to it. There's the warp in. Both players here. What are you gonna warp in? It's gonna go for double sentry, so a lot of gas being used here right now, and you could go for an Observer first, a Prism first, or an Immortal immediately. Kind of checking his options right now. It's gonna be that Prism, and he might go into a follow-up tech. Next is gonna be a tiny bit slower for Showtime, but can he make something happen with that Oracle? Which is being seen right now. SOS, he just moved the probe in that direction. He will lose 2, 3. Excuse me. Might have been a scouting probe across the map. Not sure. He loses 3, he has a pylon proxied, and there is that Phoenix. So he put a lot of money into having a lot of scouting potential with that hallucination. And on the other side, of course, there's a sentry to bust out some fake Phoenix as well. Oh, he barely did not see that. Of course, he also barely did not see that. It's so funny. One Adept is gonna get in. I think he's gonna let that one finish so he can get out with the Oracle, which is a good move overall. And he also gets a couple probes. The Oracle needs to be careful though. You don't want to lose this one. You always want to keep this alive. It's such a valuable unit. Like honestly, only just having it at home, placing stasis traps like that as well, or like placing a stasis trap now or there. Offensively is nice. Trying to snipe observers is nice. Oh, there's the Prism coming on. What a nice move here from SOS. Prism with 2 Adepts, shooting down 4 probes. Economy is very similar for both players, but right now Showtime is in the lead here. Let's have a look at the actual income. There was a good spike for Showtime, and then of course this is the lost mining time here, which he just forced with the double Adept in that Prism. Now SOS is tagged, and he shows the location of the Prism for now. And he will get another tag on the Prism. Gets in with that Phoenix, of course. He finds the Templar Archive at Forge. She didn't click, but yeah, there's like a way to ping this or something. He will not confirm that. The Oracle is gonna come in and see these buildings. Prism back at home right now, just chilling around. Forge and Twilight on the way here for Showtime as well, but a little bit later. He does have the faster third though, and that's way faster than his opponent. So he does delay some of his production. I guess it was more the tech than the production. There's the third base from SOS as well. This will be scouted by this Phoenix now, and he sees the timing, and Showtime has to be happy. Because look at the tech, it's not that much later. He's charge and +1 is almost as fast. And if once we see a Chrono Boost, this is gonna be mostly on par. He will lose this pylon, a little bit unfortunate. He does have a few stasis traps though at home to keep him safe. He tags the observer. There's a Templar Archive coming in. +1 charge and +1 attack and charge are done. But SOS is not in a position to immediately attack, so this lead is not gonna do anything for him. Like an economy lead is a snowball potential lead. It's always something you have to keep in mind. The earlier you have the economy, the more you will snowball. But if you have an earlier timing on an attack or upgrades, unless you utilize that moment, it will just not benefit you. The timing advantage, I mean. Oh, he does kill the Oracle, which is nice. But there's still the Stargate, so you can always reproduce one Oracle if you want to keep one around. Showtime though says, alright, I'm gonna go. I've got the lead in economy, I've got the lead in army, I've got the same upgrades as you. I don't have +2 on the way, But I can go and attack you now. Now let's have a look at the armies here. 3 to 4 Archons, 60 to 10 Zealots, 3 to 2 Immortals, 3 to 3 Sentries, 2 to 3 Stalkers, 2 Adepts are not gonna help him. SOS in his defense. Shield Battery Storm might just do the difference. He only has 1 in this location. He'll lose a few Pylons. There's so many Zealots here, but these Archons are in a good position to kill off Zealots if they charge in. But he kind of moves away from the battery, no overcharge ready here anymore. And he's just starting to lose so many units here. The snowball is effectively in play right now for Showtime, and Showtime looks like he's gonna destroy SOS's defense here. GG is gonna be called. Showtime does take the first map of this best of 5. Very passive game. Not much aggression from both players. No proxies really, a couple pylons. That's all. And in the end, like that economy lead, it just snowballed out of control. And as I said, he didn't do anything with his timing advantage, so Showtime does get the W there. Let's hop into the next game. The second map is going to be Old Republic. On the top right, we've got Showtime. And the bottom left, it is SOS. I wonder how he chose that name. There's like a deeper story or something to this. Yeah, from time to time. But SOS, for example, he's crazy enough, he can do everything. Showtime, very rarely. If he's forced to, he will do it. And he's gonna do it good, but he doesn't like to do it himself. He hates Phoenix Force. He really detests it, honestly. There's the proxy from Showtime. Is he gonna use it this time though? Did not. What? What's happening there? Okay. Is he gonna use it this time though? Not sure. Man. It's gonna be a robo proxy here. There's a probe coming in. And he will also see that this is gonna be Adepts. So he has a good read. He sees the base, the full base. He sees there's nothing really inside the base, so he knows. Like cheap units, there's something. There's something somewhere. And yeah, he went into the expand himself, so he throws down 2 more gates. It's gonna be 3 gate. Oh, he went into the 1 gate expand. I'm sorry, I actually missed that. So it's gonna be 3 gate defense here attempted against this early War Prism into the Immortal production. Can he make something? Can he get something done with these Adepts? That fake Phoenix is not gonna get anything done. Honestly, like having 3 gateways at this 1 pylon, I feel like having a pylon over here and a gateway over here to have a low ground warping point would have been really good for SS. Now there's the War Prism dropping in these Adepts. So this is trying to evacuate the probes for now. But there's also 2 Adepts into the natural, so 3 drones do fall, and the Adepts just do rotate out. But that's not what Showtime wants to do. He doesn't want to kill 3 probes with an investment like this. He hits that Nexus, unfortunately. He gets a couple more. Mortal and Sentry. Sitting tight. He has the War Prism now. He can warp in with the Prism, of course. He's gonna grab a couple Stalkers and a Sentry. So we're gonna have like 3 force fields-ish, or a force field and a guardian shield. But there's a bunch of force fields for SOS. There's also the prism though. If you've got enough adepts, you can burst down a pylon, but you need like 8 or something. 6 can work, but you need more, like you need time with 6. With 8, you're gonna burst it actually down rather quickly. Especially like, remember that buildings for Protoss, they do not have any armor. Like this building has no armor value right now. Unlike these with the +1 armor. Structure armor. So there's the trading of force fields, and the 2 immortals, they're just gonna shoot away at this army, but 3 shield batteries are gonna keep this alive for a moment. But SOS, he needs to pull more units. The Stalkers are just waiting in the main. And Showtime is just attacking the front here. 3 immortals at this point. There's no real firepower here for SOS. He's trying to force field this off, but there's a hole, and now he can just ferry over, which he's gonna do. He's just gonna go behind the wall, and that's why force fields aren't the greatest defense. If your opponent has a war prism, workers are being pulled into the fight. No overcharge ready. 1 shield battery does finish throughout the fight, but it doesn't really help anymore because the snowball already happened. The 3 immortals were just a little bit too strong. GG is called. Showtime does take the second map of this best of 5. Very straightforward, very aggressive this time. Completely turnaround from the first game. What do we want to see for game number 3? A mid-game timing attack, a technical attack, something like that? I don't know. A super long, drawn-out macro game. We'll have to wait and see. It could be anything. It's going to be a best of 5. Showtime is 2-0 in the lead. And the top left, the man himself, Tobias Sieber from Germany. And in the bottom right, we've got SOS. SOS gonna try to go for a 1-gate expanding again here. This map again has no low ground, high ground ramped natural, so it's a low ground natural, an even ground natural. That means there's no need or no actual advantage of walling your natural. There's only a disadvantage. SOS going into the 2-gate, and Showtime doing the same. SOS with a proxy in the north. What is it gonna be though? Only a pylon? He's moving away from it, but he might just kind of scout the area around the pylon, wait for it to finish, and then come back and make something here. It could be a Stargate, it could also be a Twilight Dark Shrine, but it's gonna be a Stargate, let's be real. It's waiting for the cybernetics call. Making a Stalker first in a sentry, so he won't make anything for now. Huh. 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 What a faker. He's gonna do another round here, a little bit of scouting and coming back. He really wants to use that. That probe really wants to use that pylon. And it's gonna be a Twilight. Okay, huh. So if you proxy a Twilight, you also want to proxy a Dark Shrine, don't you? Two Adepts and a Stargate for Showtime. Can the 2 Adepts break an entry here? Hallucinated Phoenix coming in. He should be able to find the Stargate if he just moves a tiny bit further. he doesn't see it, so he assumes there's a proxy somewhere. Uh-oh, he's getting blink. Oh no, if he goes into DTs, he has the game potentially. Now it comes down to execution. That's so unfortunate. He scouts this spot. Like, if you turn the camera... Oh, no, I'm the wrong guy for vision, but... Like, this is where he scouted, right? If you let it think, you don't get the click on the Stargate, but man... Did Showtime see this? No. Now, the Oracle does die. Oh, wow. So that's good for SOS. That's really good for SOS. He knows about the Stargate. He kills the Oracle. There's a base though coming down here for Showtime, and there's none for SOS. It's only Blink, and it's not even chrono boosted as much. And he's gonna throw down Nexus himself, but this guy, he's already mining long distance here. He already has 30 probes. He never really stopped probe production. He is kind of skipping it for now. But he already has six workers on that mineral line. Or maybe even 8. It looks more like 8. And SOS is gonna place a forward pylon, but no gate. Doesn't mean it's gonna be slow wobbins. Blink is done. I guess not yet. Now it's done. Tries to go for the warping in unit. Does not get it. One force field really coming in clutch here. Denying more than 2 Stokers from coming in. Did Showtime see the pylon? Yes, he knows about the pylon. He'll keep his units alive for now. He did overcharge his sentry, noteworthy, so he cannot overcharge the shield batteries. And the Eternal Siege. Let it begin. It's gonna have a Colossus here for now. That's the hallucination. But it will provide the high ground vision. Oh, a snipe on a Stalker. He blinks in and he wants to go for the Immortal. He does lose a bunch of units though. Not sure if that was the correct choice here. I think if you want to do something like that, you need to wait. You need to trigger the barrier first, and I don't think he did that. So he lost additional units, which were kind of unnecessary. Is he gonna blink in some Stalkers? He might. No, he's not gonna do it. Maybe he was a little bit too late there for the blink in. He has like 4 Stalkers being stuck here right now, which he's not using in attack, and I'm not sure why not. Now Showtime is fighting with a few probes. He's making more and more probes though, so this is gonna be fine. He's already 10 probes ahead. He's working on additional shield batteries, 2 to finish up here. They have 100% energy, of course, if they finish close to a Nexus. And yeah, that's a lot of healing that's missing out on SOS side. He does have Blink to make up for that. But that comes down to the execution, and we do see more and more Immortals being added on into the composition here for Showtime. This is looking very good for Showtime, the defense. I don't see this guy get broken in the next 3 to 4 minutes here. I guess a lot. I wanted to say 5 minutes, but a lot can happen in 5 minutes. So maybe even 3 minutes is a little bit too long. Coming in with a snipe here on a Stalker. Alright. Gonna see what he's doing. He's blinking out. Give me a moment here. One quick moment. Alright guys, sorry for the delay, we'll be back in this game now. And SOS is still trying to break this open. He's actually making zealots and charge now behind this from his proxy Twilight, and I'm not sure really, even with zealots and charge you won't be able to break this on 2 base against 2 base. So he kind of needs to go away from this idea and needs to get up a 3rd base as soon as possible. He is going into the Templar Archive, so we will have the tech advantage from the Twilight. And if he just goes, just go in and shoot down some probes and then recall out or something. Maybe it's a little bit too hectic to do that. But that could have been a play. But we're gonna see Adept Glaives. So the issue is, I think Showtime's attack is gonna be a little bit stronger, because we're not seeing the 3rd base, and there's only so many Archons you can make on 2 bases. You can make 2, but 2 Archons are not gonna be enough against these Adepts. Like Adept Stalker or Adept Archon or whatever you want to make. Adept Stalker Immortal is gonna beat Zealot Archon if it's in smaller numbers. Now he's going into the Nexus. Feels like this timing is a little bit too slow. The Nexus is already halfway done here for Showtime, and he will have the map control once this Adept Glaives finishes up, and with like a couple of weapon rounds. It's a rather cheap unit, right? It's a Zealot and 25 gas on top of that. So you can kind of make as many as them Zealots, so you won't really be behind in unit count. Let's have a quick look at the count. We've got 7 Zealots and 10 Adepts already. So the Adepts are gonna shred the Zealots. There's 17 Stalkers to 6 and 2 Archons. So right now, the army for Showtime is still weaker. But with 2 more weapon rounds, I think he might have seen the Adept. So this is kind of a forced hand here for Showtime. He needs to get across the map, get going. There's no Archons for Showtime, so he needs to make this work right now. And it seems like SOS just didn't realize what's happening. He's going aggressive right now. He cannot imagine Showtime doing an aggressive move. To shoot the pylons, yes, exactly. You want to unpower all the gates, you want to unpower the production. There's a Warp Prism with this, the base gets cancelled, but there's nothing he can do on 2 bases, so he's actually fallen back onto the main base, and if he recalls the probes, he cannot recall the Stalkers, so he'll try to go into a base trade here. I'm not sure if I like this idea. Like, if you base trade, just honestly, you need to walk the probes away, don't you? And there's nothing blocking the entrance. He's just waiting on top of his ramp. He kind of needs to recall now. He didn't reinforce anything. He does have the proxy still. He's making like a photon cannon and a shield battery. I'm not sure what SOS is doing right now. He's very preoccupied in trying to kill down these Nexi. But Showtime has already a bunch of probes out on the map. So not sure if SOS is gonna achieve that much with this. He's making a pylon over here right now. Okay, so this is an interesting approach. He's gonna make a Nexus now here on this almost mine out base. Well, there's already the Nexus for Showtime. He has a bunch of probes. He has way more probes. 13 probes. He can get to mining rather easily here. He did evacuate the whole natural mineral line. There's only 3 probes for SOS, who are actually assisting in the fight right now as well. He did warp in 3 more, so he warped in a few units from this area. And Showtime, he saw this, by the way. Oh, of course, it's revealed now. So SOS has the money to make Nexi, and he knows his opponent. He's not revealed, so he should know that there's something up. He's only making another pylon. He does technically have enough money, but yeah, like, this is not gonna work. He technically has enough money to start mining again and like make another main base and do all of that stuff, but I think the Phoenix, as soon as it will see this Nexus, he might just say, alright man, that's a little bit too much. You're way further ahead. Yeah, GG. Well played. And a 3-0 here for Showtime against SOS. I'm very sorry that I made everybody wait for so long, but unfortunately I have to go now as well. That was the last series of the day. Bit of unfortunate timing, but sometimes life just happens when you don't expect it. Yeah. See you guys again next week. And remember, from May onwards, the Monday, Tuesday casts will be longer. The days will be longer. We'll do double days. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be more content coming in on those days. See you guys again very soon. Peace next week. Tune in and sub to every channel. And do it now. Do it now. Sub it. You can do it. You can make it. You want it. See you again. Peace.